My first few days in Rio were great. I got to see Christ the Redeemer.
It's crazy here. There's like so many people. Even more people over here.
Took photos at the Celeron steps, visited Josina Favela, and even paraded with the Samba school at the Samba Drome. And then, 4 days in, this happened. Are you wondering why I haven't posted anything today? Today's been actually a pretty busy day. It's day 1 of Carnaval. However, I lost my phone. Yes, I lost my phone. And not thinking this all the way through, I decided to make it even more challenging on myself by heading out the next day to Paraty. So I'm here at the bus stop in Rio, and it's kind of been a frustrating day. I don't think I've ever been as frustrated as I am today with my travel, in any of my travels I should say. I think it was kind of like a domino effect. So last night I lost my phone and I've been up all night trying to find it. I was contemplating on missing out on the Samba Drome parades, but then I thought, you know what, you lost your phone at this point, why call it a night and ruin the rest of your day in Rio? So I went to the event. It was actually quite fun, and then I went back to the hotel trying to find the phone in the street. It looks like it's somewhere in the sewer because it had this location signal and it just kept staying in the same spot. But then I didn't give up. I just couldn't find it, so I left it. I think that's what is sort of setting me off in this whole vibe. And not speaking any Portuguese, it is a bit difficult, kind of hard to try to figure out where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. Luckily, people have been very nice and have been very helpful, even though we can't really communicate with each other. Wish me luck. Hopefully I get there on time and that it's not as confusing as it's supposed to be. 2 hours later, finally on the bus. We are boarding right now, and there's a bit of a confusion because 2 buses arrived at the same time. One for 8 a.m., which is my bus, and then one for 9 a.m., which is the bus behind us. And people aren't sure as to which bus to go. One is 2 hours behind, the other one is 1 hour behind. Hopefully there isn't too much traffic trying to get out of Rio. I think last night really took a toll on me, and that was one of my biggest fears. Like, I was worried that I would lose something. Not necessarily my wallet, but more so phone. Yes, that's the thing that I was the most afraid of. And I ended up losing my phone, which is one of my biggest nightmares. Although it's quite stressful and it's hard, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just now have to rely very little on data, Wi-Fi technology, and more on navigating through the system, finding things before the internet came about. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully we depart soon. Check back in a bit once we actually get down to Paraty. This morning I got onto a bus and spent the next 10 hours leaving Rio behind me, and now I'm in Paraty. Cachaçaria at the Wagner, and they're making Cachaçaria. It's really, really good. It's got like cinnamon in it, and this is a little shop. This is where they make the cachaça within these pots. Tiny small shop, but they do a lot of it in here, and then they have like everybody spilled out in the open. Check out Carnaval. It is crazy busy out here. There's like tons of people everywhere. Like, oh my god. You can see right behind me, it's like we're in the crowd. It's crazy busy. Crazy. Good morning, you guys. So today I ended up sleeping on a boat. This is quite the experience. I just got up and it's quite soothing. I thought I was gonna be seasick because I tend to get seasick, but the rocking back and forth I didn't really mind. It's quite a neat, interesting space. I'll kind of give you a tour of the room. So sleeping on a boat is quite the experience. It's very relaxing. And look at the view this morning. Like, it's the type of view that you get with waking up on a boat. Do you guys see that fish? It's just hovering there, right by the water. It's just there, in the water. I'm walking through the historical center of Paraty. It's quite beautiful here. The buildings are very old colonial, I guess coastal town kind of look, feel, and vibe. There's a lot of tourists taking photos in front of the buildings, which is quite nice and quite interesting, and I'm having to look down. I've slipped a couple of times. My ankle is a bit sore. I don't know why. I think I might have gotten it from Rio walking through the streets, and I must have sprained it somehow. I'm trying to be careful so I don't slip and fall. Don't need another accident happening to me. I'm headed now to the bus station because my Airbnb host suggested that I stay at, or actually not stay, but visit Trinidade, because Praia, which is the place that I wanted to go, he didn't suggest it for today considering the weather, so I am going to take his advice and check out Trinidade. Found this little beach on Trinidade, and it is quite isolated. As you can see, there's really not anyone around. I don't know if you guys can see the waves behind me, but they're super huge. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen anything this high, and it's so loud. It's actually pretty cool to see, because all the waves that I'm used to are like really tiny. I just got back from... Okay, there we go. Now we're centered again. I just got back from Fora. No, I just got to Paraty from Trinidade. Bus ride is about 45 minutes. It wasn't too bad. I keep reminding myself that this is a good thing here. I never seem to do that. So when people are letting me pass through in front of their cars and stuff, I'm always doing this or like this, but it's supposed to be this. So if ever you guys are in Brazil, thumbs up is always the way to go. Through the, I guess, the historical area in the afternoon, and it's busy. This area isn't too busy. It's a lot quieter, but as you can see, the tide came in. It comes in twice a day. It kind of floods the city, but then it clears up later on in the afternoon, but it's not too crazy in terms of it now, but from my understanding, it gets even more flooded. So flooded that you just gotta kayak your way through. Interesting. At this point, I just waited for the water to go down, met up with my Airbnb host, grabbed some food and drinks, and we set out for another night of Carnaval. So you guys, I almost missed my bus.